Hey YouTube, this is Dan Wise. Another video here based on going to federal prison. I received an email today from a lady named Gina who's got a similar situation. Her boyfriend's getting ready to turn himself in to federal prison come January. So she's got a few questions. Let me read you the email first. Hello, my name is Gina. I live in Vermont. I came across your YouTube videos and was extremely moved by your honesty and knowledge about the federal system. I thank you for sharing them. Thank you, Gina. My boyfriend Chris was sentenced to 8 months in federal minimum security prison, followed by 8 months home confinement. He surrenders January 26, 2016. A little background, his charge was for attempted possession of cocaine with the intent to distribute. He was actually busted 4 years ago and agreed to cooperate. He didn't hear anything back until June of this year when they decided to charge him. He had been under the impression that his cooperation would help him so much, like you, he took a plea, as his lawyers recommended. His lawyers had us convinced that he would get no jail time at all at sentencing. So you can imagine the shock we are in now. We have many questions and fears about what is next. I was wondering if you might be willing to answer some of those. I have personally never been involved in anything like this, and though I do believe getting caught was a good wake-up call for Chris, it is still hard to wrap my head around. I guess you'd call him a white-collar type of felon, not one that our community would expect in jail. Thank you very much for your time and hope to hear back. Well, Gina, I'm not sure how much help I can be, and my knowledge on the federal prison is not as extent as you might think, but I'll do what I can to help you out here. Basically, my question would be first, you said minimum security. Does that mean he's going to a camp? A low, or are you not sure? Because you got your camp, your low, your medium, and the pens. If he's going to a camp or a low, I would definitely say there's nothing to worry about, or I'd feel very, very confident in saying normally there's nothing to worry about. The fact that he only got 8 months and it happened 4 years ago, I'm assuming his cooperation maybe included like something called a 5K1. You might have heard that term. If you got a 5K1 for cooperation, and he's going to a camp or a low, the 5K1 won't give him any issues at a camp or a low. And you can, if you already know where he's self-surrendering to, you can either call or go online. Sometimes when you go online, it shows medium, even if he's going to a camp. It's the same thing happened to my girlfriend. She went to the camp at Coleman Low, but it showed her at the medium. So you might want to call to clarify whatever prison he's going to. Or you can email me his registration number and the prison he's going to, and I can help you out on that. However, if he's going to be self-surrendering to a medium, I'm pretty sure he's not self-surrendering to a pen, but if he's for any reason surrendering to a medium, which I don't think he will be, and if he has a 5K1, you got to be a little cautious of the compound there. Most mediums and pens don't take lightly to 5K1s because that shows that you told on other people basically in order to get the downward departure and the good plea deal. 8 months is about as good as it gets in federal prison. He should consider himself very lucky. He'll do 85% of that and then get out. Like you said, he's got some home confinement. He might do a little bit of halfway house time before he goes to home confinement. Usually they let you do your 10% of your sentence can be done on home confinement. I also saw in here you said it was a good wake-up call for him. 8 months isn't very much time to wake up, especially in federal prison, because as Chris will find real quick, there's a lot of shenanigans going on in there, definitely drugs and a lot of hustles going on. So if he gets caught up in that and he wants to try to fit into that atmosphere, it's easier to do a lot of that stuff in prison than it is to fight the urge and kind of do the right thing in there, just because most people are just doing stuff that they really shouldn't be doing, which is one of the reasons why the recidivism rate is so high. Is people go in there thinking it's a walk in the park, and it's really just like a daycare for adults in federal prison if he's in a low or a medium. So what I can recommend to you and Chris is really take these 8 months serious while you're in there and go through some programs. They've got non-residential drug programs there, which even if you don't have a huge drug problem or you're not addicted to drugs, the residential drug program focuses more on, or the non-residential drug program focuses more on your behavior and your thinking and, what could you have done differently you know, clearly you put yourself in a situation and, you know, you got popped for it just like I did. Taking responsibility for that is definitely going to help you get through this. But if you want to stay out, you got to really work on yourself to see what you could have done differently when you get back out. If you have any specific questions for me, I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. But I wouldn't be too concerned. 8 months is going to be a walk in the park. It's going to fly by. It might not feel like it at the time, but once it's come and gone, it's going to go by real quick. Most of the people you meet in there, even if you're at a camp or a low, you're going to see people with, you know, 10 years to 20 years that are in there, that similar charges to you. So you seem like you got offered a really good plea. I'm not sure how you got such a good plea. And the fact that they're letting you self-surrender and they gave you so much time to self-surrender, that's also pretty decent. Most people, including myself, I was given under 30 days to self-surrender, and then I had a surgery done on my arm, so they gave me a couple extra weeks other than that. But take this time real seriously, buddy, because the next time, you know, might not just be 8 months. And believe it or not, this was probably going to be harder on Gina than it is you. So, you know, work with her, and if she doesn't get back to your emails right away, or she doesn't get your phone calls right away, don't start freaking out, because you're in there sitting around with nothing to do, except if you do it right, you can work out, get your mind right, get your body right. She's got to stay out in the real world and take care of things. So the real people here that are suffering are not just us. It's our friends and family that are going through this, you know. So do what you can to go easy on her, and I'm sure she sounds like she's pretty concerned about you. She's reaching out. So take this as a warning, man. 8 months is going to be a walk in the park. I did 13 months and it flew by, so 8 months is going to definitely fly by. If you got any more questions, Gina or Chris, you guys already have my email. Feel free to email me or post your questions on the video link at the bottom. All right, guys. Good luck to you, Chris. I hope to hear back from you when you get out. Thanks, guys.